Here he is, folks, the first son, Hunter Biden, making a surprise visit on Capitol Hill. And this time inside, he appeared for his criminal contempt of Congress hearing. They did not expect him to show up. He's there with his attorney, Abby Lowell, by one side. Also, a good friend of his, Kevin Morris, who's also a filmmaker, had paid some of his taxes. They showed up on Capitol Hill. He went into the floor there and was seating there as Democrats and Republicans in front of James Comer. They're trying to hold the contempt hearing a bit flummoxed there. The president's son did eventually get up, though, when this woman, Marjorie Taylor Greene, started speaking there. So for about 15 minutes, Hunter Biden was inside there. Obviously, the Republicans were about to vote today on holding him in contempt for defying that subpoena. They issued a subpoena to him, and Hunter Biden did not show up to sit for their subpoena and the interview. Instead, that day back in December, we all remember, he showed up with Abby Lowell again, but went to the Senate side and gave an impromptu press conference. A lot of people outraged by the political stunt here and watching Hunter Biden again walk in. Some legal experts who we had on the show in the past hour said this is a way for him to use a loophole to say that he actually showed up. So obviously a lot of legal strategy playing out here, but it looks like House Oversight will definitely be voting to hold the first son in contempt. Let's bring in now Executive Vice President of the Trump Organization, Donald Trump Jr., joins me right now here on Newsline. Welcome in, Don. First, I want to react to Hunter Biden, and then we'll get to your dad. But you sat for subpoenas. I believe that the number was 5. I mean, you'll recount it very well. But the fact that Hunter Biden just strolls up today and kind of walks in with some bravado, what were you thinking watching this unplay in Congress?
Well, I mean, it's Hunter, right? He's the 50-year-old big baby. The rules don't apply to him. He's been able to skate everything. They're working the legal loopholes that he showed up because, you know, the mainstream media will be out there and selling that for the Democrat Party as though he actually did right. I mean, I did 50 hours of congressional testimony, and it wasn't like the Republicans. You had people making up stuff, and Adam Schiff trying me for treason. That's a crime punishable by death, just so we understand the level and the difference, frankly, in the way that Republicans play the game versus the Democrats. So it's absolutely disgusting. 50 hours, 5 different committees, House Intelligence, House Judiciary, Senate Intelligence twice, because even the bipartisan Senate Intelligence, we're going to come back and ask you more questions, even though they control the committee. It's just a different game. It's absolutely disgusting. And again, that was based on Russia, which was entirely made up, all fabricated, and it went on for years. There's receipts, there's the emails, there's photographs, there's wire transfers, there's CCP money going to Biden's grandchildren as though they're conducting business over in China. It's absolutely disgusting, and the truth needs to come out, and Hunter needs to stop being a little child and be a big boy, unless we all probably believe that he is a criminal. He was doing things illegally, which this is exactly how you'd behave if you were.
Well, obviously, there's a lot that will come forward. They will take this vote today. And the art dealer obviously made some big bombshells as well yesterday, talking about the fact that he actually met with President Joe Biden as well. There was a lot of money that was to Democratic donors. Biden's art, Hunter Biden, he's an artist reportedly now, right? And he gets $875,000.
He was outselling Picasso. He was outselling Picasso as a journeyman artist who had never picked up a pen or a paintbrush before. I mean, it's pretty amazing. Again, if you put on if it was Don Jr., I have a feeling that everyone in the media would have a real problem with that. It would be big news. It wouldn't be covered up. The White House wouldn't be able to just say, oh, no, we have no control over that. As always, the truth comes out later, after they've gotten away with it, when it no longer matters. And then they move on and they pretend like it's not a big deal. This is a repeated thing. This is not a one-time deal. The countless episodes of flagrant and blatant corruption over and over again from the president of the United States, his son, and his family. This can't stand. This is banana republic stuff. This is the stuff that when it goes on in third world countries, the Democrats would be pretty vocal about it. But But when it happens right here in America, and that's before we get to the prosecution of the J6ers, that's before you get to the prosecution of the leading political opponent of Joe Biden and his party, et cetera, et cetera. This is third world banana republic stuff,
Don,
but it's happening here in the United States of America.
what's your reaction now? Let's move on to Arthur Engeron, the judge, as you know, and you've been, very close to all of this as well. You just heard breaking news. Your dad now cannot give closing arguments. He was going to go to New York. He's not on the campaign trail. He's not in Iowa. He was going to go and give his closing arguments. Judge Arthur Engeron in this civil fraud trial brought by AG Letitia James now denying him that ability to do just that. What's your reaction?
Well, consistent with the theme of third world banana republic stuff, right? You're not allowed to defend yourself. I am under a gag order. I'm not even allowed to comment on these things, I don't think. So I don't know where I'd be overstepping. So I'm going to, probably pass. But I think just that notion in and of itself, right? That ruling by itself tells anyone watching what is happening to our republic, the rights that we believed we had. For the Democrats and for Democrat activists, it's just all a soundbite. It's something that they laugh about as they trample our Constitution, as they trample our civil rights on a daily basis. It's about results for them, and they play the game much more viciously and much more aggressively than anyone on the Republican side. And that's also why they fear Donald Trump so much, because they're worried that he will dismantle the system that has allowed them to be able to get away with this sort of insanity all over the place. Because it's not just New York. You saw what happened in Atlanta with Fannie Willis, the district attorney outside of Atlanta. So she's paying an outside lawyer who she apparently, allegedly, happens to be sleeping with $654,000, then goes on lavish vacations with him. He's then meeting Biden's White House counsel at the White House. Of course, they're not coordinating. I'm sure this is all totally above board. It never ends. You can't make this stuff up. And again, if we actually had journalists in America, any one of these stories would be major news. They would end these trials immediately. But we don't have journalists anymore. We have regime scribes, regime propagandists.
So,
I'm talking about the mainstream, okay?
No, I know.
And say anything to preserve the power of the Democrat Party. And we've seen it happen in real life. They do it every day. It's an embarrassment.
But finally there, because we were going to get to the Fannie Willis, the accusations seem so serious to the effect of that the lead prosecutor, Nathan Wade, a private attorney, like you said, has been paid $654,000. Now the revelation allegedly was sitting in the White House while he was overseeing the election interference case. I mean, in your opinion, does this case unravel? Does this case in Georgia, the RICO charges, have to be tossed out against your father, former President Donald Trump, Don?
How does it not? I mean, don't forget, she brought in someone outside prosecutor who's never even tried a criminal case, who happens to also then be her boyfriend, pays him almost $750,000. I mean, this is the district attorney. She has other people that work in the district attorney that supposedly do these things, but rather bring in the boyfriend so you can go on the lavish vacations, let him charge the taxpayers of Georgia all the money that he wants to do this stuff and to simultaneously collude with the Biden administration. I mean, does that reek of anything other than flagrant corruption? That's the problem. All of these cases, they're unraveling because they never had a premise. It was always nonsense. These people were hoping for, again, mainstream media, big tech to do what they do best, suppress the truth, push out the narrative and the nonsense, and hopefully that they can venue shop and find a biased jury that's going to convict Trump no matter what. So that's what they're doing. The Democrats have shown that. So we have to put an end to this nonsense once and for all before the Republic just goes down the toilet more than it already has under, Bidenomics and all the other nonsense they're pushing these days.
Final 20 seconds. Give us your predictions. Iowa, New Hampshire, South Carolina. How does your dad do? Does he take it all?
Listen, I think it goes very well. But you got to remember, I got to take it seriously. Everyone has to show up. I don't want apathy because, some poll puts out there, the media says you're winning by 12,476 points. I don't believe that. They want Trump voters to sit at home. They want them to sit at home so they can drag it out, so that they can say, there's a chance that Nikki Haley pulls it off. There's a chance because our guys think we're winning by too much. So I want everyone to turn up. Iowa caucuses, New Hampshire primary, go out and vote like you're 2 or 3 points behind, because otherwise we're just going to drag on this primary that frankly should be over already. We're going to drag it out for months so that the billionaire class and the Nikki Haley donors can try to create something out of nothing and drag this out. All that does is enable Biden to have a better chance when he should have zero chance going into 2024 election.
Donald Trump Jr., appreciate your time today. A lot of subjects and matter we were able to touch on. Obviously, we're watching what's happening in New York as well. I know you were under the gag order, so thank you for giving us at least an abbreviated answer. Very important decisions that are happening also with Supreme Court. Good to have you in.
Good to be with you.
Thank you.